Hi, my name is Bryan Revell. I'm the creator of The Unseen. I want to tell you a little story about it because most of you don't know the story behind The Unseen. Years ago, I went through a tragic part of my life and I decided to take my own life. Something that impacted a lot of people and I didn't realize it. It was selfish. And during that time, after my overdose, I would spend the next few days in a coma. And during that time, I was plagued with visions of heaven and hell and the end of days. After I recovered from the coma, after a few weeks in the hospital, I then would spend some time under psychiatric care. My psychiatrists and caregivers, as well as family, decided best thing for me to do, since I was plagued with nightmares and couldn't get a grip on reality, is to create a dream journal where I would write down and draw everything that I would see, everything that I had seen. And after my release from the psych ward, I spent the next few years actually writing the script, as it would be, for The Unseen and illustrating it. For me, it was more than just a story. I decided that it was something I had to do, something I had to tell people, and it was very difficult. And what I wanted to do was share that story with the world. So I created The Unseen and I put it out there. Right now we have book 2 of 12 that's on a Kickstarter. And I'm looking to share the story behind it with you guys. And I hope that maybe that helps you understand that it's more than just a fictional creation, or maybe it's the ravings of a madman. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's prophecy. I don't know. But I'd like to take you back to that, things that led up to that. In 2009 was the roughest year of my life, you could say, and over the next few years after that is what led up to the creation of The Unseen. My dad was diagnosed with cancer, stage 4 cancer, in 2009. He was a good father, meant a lot to me, and always encouraged me to follow my dreams. I had my own business, had a wife and a daughter, I owned my own homes, even had a rental, and I thought I was doing pretty good. Um, and then things started to go bad. My dad fell very ill. I became his caregiver. My business fell apart, and I got desperate. I decided to try and get into this real estate thing here in Hawaii, and worked for a man that was just unscrupulous. I didn't know it at the time, but I basically stole a lot of money from people, as well as lost a lot of my own, and was convicted of a crime, and did my best to make restitution. During that time, my wife left me for another guy, took my daughter and absconded to the mainland. I'd never see them again. And my dad passed away. That was like pretty rough. My business fell apart. I couldn't manage it. My homes went to foreclosure. And then I was looking at the end of the year, having nobody. I felt I had nobody, and nothing. I was looking at prison. Um, I didn't know how to deal with it. It was just too much for me. I didn't believe in God, or if he was there, I thought he was, someone I didn't care for, didn't care for me. And I was sentenced to a year, actually longer, but I ended up serving a year in triple max security and USBs. For those of you who don't know that, it's a prison where you don't see the light of day again. And yeah, that was pretty shitty. I would then spend a lot of my time reading, sketching, exercising, which is not much else to do. And I got out of prison after my halfway house. I couldn't adjust to life. I just couldn't get back to life. I tried. I couldn't find work. Being a convicted felon. Missed my daughter a lot, my family. Started pursuing education because that's about all I could do. Got an IT degree, Bachelor in Fine Arts, business degree, a few other things. Still nothing, no prospects. And came back to Hawaii and just couldn't find my place. And in 2013, I heard my wife was in an accident, ex-wife, I should say, was in an accident and she was killed. And no one knew where my daughter was. And I couldn't hold a relationship together. I just decided life wasn't worth living. So purchased a bottle of sleeping pills, large bottle, 96 of them, and some alcohol. Drove my four-wheel drive truck into the woods where no one would find me, and overdosed. I finished the whole bottle, 96 over-the-counter sleeping pills, maximum strength, some alcohol. And by the time I finished it, I already was fading in and out. I couldn't breathe. Breathing was very shallow. My vision was starting to go. As I sat there in my truck, there was somebody in the passenger seat with me. And it made me feel a little peaceful. Then what I can only describe as falling asleep and waking up in darkness. An utter abyss, lack of everything. It's just hard to explain. Utter emptiness. And faces of twisted, contorted faces of people and what I can describe as demons. And all the pain and all the hurt that I took with me was amplified. And then a light broke through that darkness and wrapped me in its arms and took me to another place. I had a feel of traveling, but I couldn't really describe what I saw, besides light and colors. I woke up on another place, a very bright and beautiful and colorful place, a plain with a tree and a river, and there was that figure that was with me in the truck. I was sitting at the edge of the plain. I walked towards him, noticing he was battered and bruised and cut and bleeding, and he had wings. So obviously, I thought he was an angel. Still do. And I asked him if this was heaven. He said no. And he guided me with his hand towards another place. And the sky parted, and there's looked like a universe, a vast city, beautiful city. And I could hear singing, and I could see these gates that were just incredibly beautiful. Colors that defied reality. It's just impossible to describe, so I've done my best in my artwork to capture what I saw. And I asked him, I said, can I stay there? And he said, it's your choice. He said, but your time isn't done. This too will pass. And he showed me in the water where it just kind of dropped off the world. There was my family there. And I was laying on a gurney, and my sister was beating on my chest for me to wake up. And I told him I didn't want to go back because it hurt too much. And he told me that I had something great that I was supposed to do, and it wasn't finished yet. So I decided to go back, and I fell. I closed my eyes and opened my arms and just fell into that scene that he had shown me. So I'd spend the next few days in a coma. During that time, I saw visions of heaven and hell, and the end of the world is the only, or end of days is the only way I could describe it. I came to in the hospital 4 days later, tubes all over the place. I was intubated and IVs hooked up, tubes coming out everywhere. That was not pleasant. And I was in so much pain. I mean, even my hair hurt. And after being taken off the machines, I was on suicide watch, obviously. And I was committed psychiatric care. And that's when I started this journal and started writing the unseen. Everything that I saw and still see. I still am plagued with nightmares and visions and see scary shit all the time. It's hard to explain. I don't go out much in public. I mean, I've gotten better, but it still bothers me sometimes. And I wanted to put this together so that you guys could see what I see. What I'm creating is from my own sanity. If you, I don't know any other way to explain it. And it comes from my insanity. I want to share this with you. And I'm hoping that you'll enjoy it, for one, and you'll support it. I have thousands of friends on Facebook, and many of you don't know the story. A few do, so mostly the ones that were there. And I want you guys to understand that this is why I became a creator. This is why I started Enjoy Comics. I own a comic book store, Diamond Store, with my friend Mike, and I just saw a big gap for independent creators. So this year we're launching Enjoy Comics Publishing, and we're putting out other people's dreams. That's what we're doing, which is very difficult because we don't have much money. But we have the distribution lines to get it out there. We have Diamond, we have Amazon, we have Comixology, Indie Planet, you name it. I mean, there's literally almost every distribution we're set up with. And this is the beginning of what I believe I'm supposed to do. And if you support this, support me, my dreams, the dreams of others, I'd like you to take a minute to just watch our Kickstarter video. And just, if it moves you, or if you think it's awesome, share it, you know? Honestly, with the thousands of friends I have on Facebook, if each of you donated $1, we'd be overfunded to bring this to print. It's still going to get done. I'm just going to have to do print on demand if not. And I'm hoping that's not the case because I'd like to actually print and distribute it, you know, besides print on demand. And as well as with our other titles that are up and coming. I'm doing spin-offs of it, Dark Hunters and a few other great books and titles that are coming from Enjoy Comics. I'm working with tons of great creators. And we all have a dream to bring independent comic creations to life and share them with the world. And we need your help to do that. We have some great reward packages. Stretch goals like statues that I had commissioned, t-shirts, all kinds of great stuff. The books, book 1 is already out on Amazon, The Unseen. This is book 2. I'm already finished with book 3, so obviously there's going to be more. Depending on the support, I don't know how far I'm going to go. I've actually laid out 12 books. So I'd like you to just share it, you know, if you can donate. So other people who haven't seen it or heard the story might be exposed to it. And if you can, pick a great reward package and we'll get it out to you. You know, I need your help. I can't really do this on my own. And I just want to thank you for taking the time to hear this crazy guy talk. And yeah, thanks a lot. So enjoy the Kickstarter video and leave some feedback, you know, message us. You can reach us at Joy Comics Hilo, Joy Comics Publishing. We're on Facebook, Twitter. We have our website. You know, we're all over the place. And if you're in Hilo, Hawaii, come visit us. I'll also be at a few conventions this year. I'm not really sure which ones besides Amazing Con and Hawaii Con. Probably Maui Con too, obviously local, because it's cheaper for a broke artist for me to fly. My agent Heather Reed with Asylum Entertainment Convention Services is looking to book me at some mainland events, continental U.S. If you want me at an event, let me know. Um, Thanks a lot, and enjoy the video, and I appreciate you. Aloha.